Hello and welcome to Never Seen It, a podcast about movies we haven't seen yet. My name is Trent. I'm here with my co-host Betsy.
Me!
And welcome back to Spidey Sunday. We're in our next section. Today we're going to cover The Amazing Spider-Man.
We're getting a new Spider-Man.
New Spidey time with Mr. Andrew Garfield.
Yes, so 2012, we have jumped 5 years into the future.
Uh-huh.
In Spider-Man terms, a relatively short time between Spider-Man.
Yep. Sony decided they didn't want to lose the license because Marvel was out there doing their thing with all their movies. So they figured, you know what? No, we're going to continue on doing this. Fuck you guys. We got our own Spidey. Superhero started with us over here. Not started with us. Blade actually got the ball rolling in 1999. But we're not going to get into that today.
We're not talking about Blade. We're talking about Spider-Man.
Betsy.
Yes, Trent.
What do you know about The Amazing Spider-Man?
I know that Andrew Garfield is in it.
All right.
I also know that he too was in his 20s, mid to late 20s when he started
around
this.
the same age as the other guy.
Yep. And we get Emma Stone. I believe she's Gwen Stacy in this.
Yes, she plays Gwen Stacy.
And this was kind of the first time people saw her blonde, so that was like a big deal, I guess.
That's weird. I don't think I like that.
But honestly, I know remarkably little considering this movie came out 9 years ago already. Mm-hmm. I do not know who plays Aunt May. I do not know if J. Jonah Jameson is in this movie. Mm-hmm. I'm not even 100% sure who the villain is. I know Jamie Foxx is the villain, but I don't know if it's in this one or the next one.
Jamie Foxx, I know, plays Electro.
Yeah.
Is the name of the villain.
That might
and
be
I have
the
no
second
idea
one.
if he shows up in this one or the next one. I'm like you. I know next to nothing about this. I know Dennis Leary is in it.
Really?
Yeah, Dennis Leary is in this one, if not both of them.
Okay, then. Who the hell is he?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think the Green Goblin shows up again.
Yeah, the Green Goblin does show up again. But as far as other villains in both of these movies, I don't know.
No.
I don't really know.
No,
I know we get some villains in these movies that we didn't get with Tobey Maguire trilogy. Mm-hmm. I know Gwen Stacy is the main, just let's say love interest maybe. I don't know. But like what the tone is and where they're trying to get Spider-Man in this duo.
Yeah,
duo of movies? I don't really know.
Are we gonna get the rebirth? So we're gonna get the origins. He's normal Peter Parker, and then he becomes Spider-Man. Are we gonna get that, or is it gonna be like Marvel, where we just jump in? You know the story. We don't need to explain it to you again.
Do we really need to get an origin?
No, at this point I feel like people are familiar and they don't need it, but I have a suspicion we're going to get it anyway.
I think so.
I
believe they wanted a clean break.
Yeah, I don't know a single other actor. I don't really have any clue what we're about to watch.
Yeah, and does this Spider-Man have the mechanical webs? Or are they biological like Toby, the Toby one was?
Mm-hmm. How does this guy differ?
How does this guy become Spider-Man? Mm-hmm. And what are his choices in the course of these events? But, I mean, all we're going to do is compare the movies.
For the most part.
I'm going to have a really hard time, I think, separating these two and not comparing them.
And maybe that's the only reason why we didn't go and see this movie and just haven't watched it. Did we really need another Spider-Man? I don't know anybody who really loves this one.
And here's the deal. And in 2012, you know what Marvel was doing at this time?
The Avengers?
The Avengers came out in 2012, guys.
Yeah.
Kind of a big thing. And you got this giant success on your hands with the Avengers, and you got one superhero character over here that nobody really asked for, nobody really cared about. I don't even know if this movie was that successful.
And maybe they were trying to cash in on some of the fringe success of the Avengers by releasing it in 2012.
Maybe just coast off of that.
But I don't think they did it.
Knowing full well that it's not going to be integrated with the MCU, period.
Correct. We got 2 movies out of this guy, and then we moved on yet again.
Yeah, and I wonder if they signed him on for a 2-movie deal.
Maybe. So we'll see. I don't feel like it's going to be a bad movie. If there's a sequel, I assume this movie is fine. I don't know how I feel about Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. I actually really like Andrew Garfield.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued by this choice.
Yeah, and I've only ever seen Andrew Garfield in, one other thing?
The Social Network, probably.
Yeah.
If you've seen him in anything, it's that.
Yeah.
He's had a pretty big career, but mostly he's done like British movies.
Sure.
So again, this is kind of them trying to make Andrew Garfield a big American movie star.
Sure.
And, you know, he's gotten lots of work. He's been nominated for an Academy Award once or twice.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good actor.
Yeah, he's not a bad actor.
I am curious how this translates for him specifically.
Yeah. So, Betsy, let's go watch The Amazing Spider-Man.
Let's do it.
And we are back. So, Betsy, we just watched Spider-Man, the amazing one.
Specifically. The one that is amazing.
That amazing one.
Yes.
What did you think?
I didn't think it was amazing.
All right, then.
I think first act, meh. Second act, meh.
Yeah.
Third act, strong finish.
Yeah.
I think the thing that redeems it, that saves it at all, is the fact that the third act actually ends very strong.
I get that.
Yeah. We did get the origin story again. Mm-hmm. We actually got more backstory here because we actually see the beginning of the movie with Peter Parker's living parents.
Yeah, and I don't think I've ever seen Peter Parker's parents in any fiction that I've experienced.
No. So they were people who have been in movies and TV shows, Campbell Scott and M. Beth Davids, who you've probably seen somewhere along the way, but not so significant that they are distracting in any way.
No.
So yes, we got more backstory, and the only reason that's really relevant to this particular one is because it ties to the plot later. So I get why they included it.
Yeah.
We kind of get similar points, like the whole a robbery, and then Peter lets the guy go, and then that's the guy who kills Uncle Ben. That's the same.
Yeah.
Otherwise, there's not a whole lot of similarities. Like, there's different characters, like Dr. Connors. That's the same guy from the other one, the guy without the arm. His professor from college in the first trilogy.
Oh, shit. Okay.
That didn't click? Yeah, Dr. Connors.
No, I didn't get that at all.
Same character.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the same character, but obviously he has a more significant role in this one.
Yeah.
We get Gwen Stacy, and again, her dad is the captain.
Chief of police.
The police captain.
Yeah.
He's not the chief of police, but yeah, so there are things that are being taken from the comics that were in 1, 2, or 3 that are being drawn into this one.
And yeah, it really does feel like they just kind of shuffled everything around and put people in different roles, had some people be bad, some people be good, and there's no mention of Mary Jane anywhere.
No.
Peter Parker doesn't really have any friends.
No, so I have mixed feelings about Andrew Garfield as Peter Parker, as this version of Peter Parker in general.
Okay.
I think there were moments where he was adorable. He was charming and believable.
Yeah.
He's also 29.
Yeah.
And there were times where I was like, okay, you and Emma Stone have a lot of chemistry. Obviously, they dated after this movie.
Yes,
okay,
immediately during and after. Yeah.
It is very apparent. But when they were having like real intimate moments, it was like adult sexy time, not like cute teen sexy time.
I'm 17. No,
Yeah.
you're not.
No, it was like very adult sexual tension.
Yeah, and like their acting skills came out in full force when it came to that stuff.
Yeah.
And the director didn't pull back.
No, so
That's a problem.
So it's stuff like that was kind of like, ooh, you have you have taken me out of the mindset that you're supposed to be high schoolers.
Uh-huh.
Because you are beautiful people being beautiful together.
Right. And that's all well and good, but they're in high school.
Yeah.
She's also the head intern at Oscorp.
Yeah.
Like, doing, like, tours for other interns. Like, if you're the quote-unquote head intern and you're 17, what the hell is going on here?
How did this come to
How
pass?
did this happen? Interns, you don't get an internship until you're in college.
But they have the high school for smart people.
It's the science high school.
That's right. That's right. Before I lose the thought, so the other thing about this iteration of Spider-Man, he's like too cool to be dorky, too popular to be a loner.
He's too good looking.
Too alone to be popular.
Yeah, he's too good looking to be the geeky nerd kid in the corner.
He has a few moments where he gets to be like cheeky. Like he has one scene where he gets to be like having fun as Spider-Man.
Yeah.
The rest of the time he's pretty serious.
Uh-huh.
And so it's just like, I don't know what you were trying to go for here, because it's not campy like the other ones are.
The tone is all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were like going after any levity whatsoever. You got a little of it. Like, normally when you're Spider-Man, a part of your character is you're very quippy.
Yes.
You're gonna throw out one-liners to the bad guys and to the cops and whoever else who knows who you are, and vice versa. So it's very strange to have this guy come in and he's like kind of charming, but he's not really even an everyman.
No.
Like, he's not a teenager. He's also not anybody I can identify with. One thing I was gonna say here, I got like no emotion whatsoever watching this movie. I wasn't like clutching my pearls to see okay, what's gonna happen to Spider-Man, and like him doing whatever he's gonna be doing. I got nothing. No emotion. I was not invested. I didn't care.
Yeah, it took a really long time for me to care at all, even like a little bit. And I think, again, that's the saving grace of the actors. Like, these particular actors having good chemistry and being good on screen.
Yeah.
Not so much the way the script is written or anything else.
Right, and like, I don't know what's the deal with Gwen Stacy. Like, are you like falling in love with this guy who you've been on with half a date?
Not even technically a date.
Not even that. You invited him over for fish.
Fancy fish.
Fancy fish at your very fancy apartment. I just don't understand what her motivation is with Peter.
So I don't know a whole lot about Gwen Stacy. And it seems like they've done different iterations of her. So like in Spider-Man 3, she's kind of smart, but she's also kind of a model. So it's like, what are we doing here?
Right.
But then in like Into the Spider-Verse, she's brilliant.
Yeah.
So my assumption is in the comics, she is Peter's equal. She is very brilliant.
Yeah,
and they convey that in this movie.
And she was very capable in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, she, at no
She's
time...
not a damsel.
At no time was she the damsel, yeah.
No,
like,
versus Kirsten Dunst, who was the damsel
like,
the whole
screaming,
fucking time.
and I don't blame her for that whatsoever. It's just how it's written, how it's directed. Now, Sam Raimi really, really liked having women scream in terror, including Gwen Stacy.
Yes.
In 3. In this one, none of that.
No,
she wasn't even in danger.
She was in danger a couple times, and either she took action and got involved in the danger.
Yeah, in the school, she hit the trophy on the lizard man.
Or she's surprised, like she's got the device at the end of the movie and she's hiding in the closet and she's just, that thing.
Right.
She's not scared, she's surprised.
Sure.
And he just calmly like takes it away from her and she just sort of, that's it.
Right.
Yeah.
And then she goes downstairs and
she gets out of the building. She doesn't need to be rescued.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, she's very capable in this. Doesn't really have a ton to do except wear her skirts.
And be flirty with Peter.
Yeah.
Yeah. like they're on the debate team together. They know, or she's on the debate team and he took a picture of the debate team. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But they know each other, or at least know of each other.
Right.
And she likes to tease him.
Yeah, even that is like unearned.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and then there was
they have the one interaction near the beginning of the movie where the kid is being bullied, and Peter
by Flash, of course. We had to have Flash.
We have Flash, and Peter intervenes, quote unquote, and later Gwen like comes up to Flash and says, "We need to go to school." I figured right there they were going to reveal that they were in a relationship because of how familiar she was with him. Well, but maybe everybody just knows Flash is kind of a dick.
Yeah. Well, and then that was one arc I actually kind of liked. Like, they sort of work their beef out. Like, he kind of gets his ass kicked by Peter.
Yeah.
Or he gets humiliated, and then he's just like, okay, man, you're okay. And then he tries to, like, reach out to him and become buddies, and by the end of the movie, they're, like, friends. Like, oh, Peter, you coming? Come on, buddy.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but also somewhat believable, because that's the thing with bullies in particular.
Yeah.
If you stand up to them, they have a tendency to stop. It stops being fun, so they move on.
Right.
So yeah, he's a dick. Peter stands up to him, and then he tries to, make amends. Right. So he actually has a little bit of an arc, and it's like, okay.
To a point, I just don't think it was earned. Like, they didn't really prove that, they're friends now, or that he's changed.
Yeah.
But there is one kind of weird connection that in the Tom Holland movies, Flash is actually a big fan of of Spider-Man.
He loves Spider-Man.
He loves Spider-Man. And by the end of this movie, he's wearing a Spider-Man t-shirt.
Right.
So,
but of course his reason is, well, the ladies love him, the girls love him. Yeah.
So, I don't know. The whole Flash thing was just kind of a wasted on me.
That is something that is interesting that I hadn't really considered until we were rewatching the Tobey Maguire ones, was that Flash is a character who is recurring. So he is in all three of these versions that we're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's not a major character, but he's major enough that you know who I'm talking about when you say, oh, it's the bully, the guy.
Right.
I might not remember his name is Flash. So, yeah, it's just interesting, those fringe characters from the comics that I'm like, I don't know who the hell that is.
Right. Well, it's like I said before, it's just, they're like jumbling everything together. They're shuffling things around. Okay, so Flash and Mary Jane are in a relationship in the first one. This time Flash is just a bully. He's not in a relationship with anybody. And in the newer ones, he's just he's part of the class.
He's the rich boy who just makes a scene to make a scene.
He's just a classmate.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll say this about the Tom Holland movies. At least everybody there looks the age.
Because they are.
Yeah.
Once again, these last two movies, or these last two Spider-Man, I should say, they have been pushing 30 years old.
And like even
Emma Stone is 25 in this.
Yeah, and even in the like big crowd scenes in the school, I'm looking in the background, it's like, that kid's 32. What are you doing?
What is this, the cast of Grease?
No, it's the cast of 90210.
There you go. Yeah, it's a weird choice. Again, you can maybe let it go a little bit, but because we had just done it, and like I said, when the two of them get together and their chemistry is really sparking, it becomes very adult very quickly.
Right, and you know what? And even in the end, when her dad dies, he says, promise me you're going to stay away from my daughter. Which is, it's a very protective thing to do, and he's got a very good point. Yeah, people are going to get hurt. If you want to continue doing this and being Spider-Man, you're going to be putting people in danger, the people who are closest to you. He's got a great point. And by the end, he says at the door when she comes over, he's saying you weren't there. So, I can't be with you, I can't be with you. By the end of the movie, he's like, oh, actually, I'm going to break my promise to your father. To your dead father.
Yeah, took me like 5 whole minutes.
Took you, what, a day to change your mind? I just don't get that. I understand, I understand your desire to be involved with Gwen, but I don't know, man. Is it just because you're, quote-unquote, a teenager and you don't know any better?
It's called We Need a Sequel, and look how sexy chemistry these two have.
Hormones? I'm just going to blame it on hormones.
Sure. So that was another thing I found interesting about this one. So Dennis Leary is the captain.
Yeah.
And he has like a speech at the dinner table about how Spider-Man is sloppy and he's going to get caught.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about that. I was like, oh yeah, he's really not good at keeping his identity a secret. He literally has a camera that says property of Peter Parker. So the lizard man finds him immediately because he knows who Peter Parker is.
Yeah.
He decides on a whim to tell Gwen because he's just bursting at the seams to tell somebody.
Right.
He
girl that he barely knows.
Yeah. And then he, gets his mask taken off by the captain and he just, it's me. I don't know.
And he also takes it off in front of the kid to get the kid to trust him.
He's very free with his identity in this movie. Which I don't know if I like that or I hate that.
I kind of hate it.
Because you tell one person, okay, fine, they'll probably keep your secret. You tell 2, you tell 5, they start spreading the word.
Right, and at the beginning, he wants to put a mask on to protect himself against bad people. Well, the people who he is revealing himself to are all quote-unquote good people. So...
except for Dr. Connors, who's kind of a... good and bad.
Right, and the
he's an antagonist.
The camera thing is just, I think he's just kind of an idiot.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, he doesn't try very hard to keep his identity a secret.
Yeah, you're right. So we mentioned in the first 3 movies that the CG in those 3 movies were kind of bad.
Yes.
Even in the last one, there were sections that were kind of bad. What did you think of this one?
I didn't think of it at all, which says to me it was very good.
Agreed.
Yes.
I was trying to find sections where it was bad. I couldn't find any.
No. And there were a couple of interesting shots in this movie which were like first person.
Yeah,
those
that was
were kind
really
of
cool.
Interesting.
Those were really cool. Him swinging around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're in the video game, which is this is a couple years away from the first big Spider-Man video game.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of that sort of a thing in there.
Totally.
So that was kind of a cool thing. There's literally a shot when he's out being a vigilante trying to find his uncle's murderer, where he climbs up the wall in an alley. And it is like the same angle and the same shot as the first time Tobey Maguire climbs the wall. That one bothered me just because it was like, hello, do you remember this? Remember this shot? This iconic shot?
It is a good shot, though.
I mean, it's cool, but it was like beating me over the head with it. And I don't know if that was intentional, but it was like the exact framing, the same angle, and it bothered me.
Yeah.
But yes, the CG overall I thought was really good. The villain, is a big lizard man. And he looks as convincing as a lizard man is going to look. He looks computer generated, but how do you make that look any better?
Yeah. Agreed. I mean, it wasn't a distraction.
No.
And that's all you can really say about it.
What did you think of this villain?
So I don't really have any background to what lizard... The lizard, I think, is his actual credited name. He's just the Lizard.
Okay.
And I don't know whether or not this is just, hey, it's a classic Spider-Man villain from the 60s, and we didn't really have a whole lot of time to flesh out characters, so let's take this doctor and make him the Lizard and give him a reason. Now, I assume that they've taken this from the comic books in some fashion.
It makes sense. He's a geneticist, and he is trying to regenerate the human body using cross-pollination or whatever you call it with other species.
Yeah.
And so he injects himself. He's a human dummy. And then it turns into this Jekyll and Hyde thing.
Yeah, and it's very similar to what happened with the Green Goblin in the first one.
Yeah.
And they don't really pay that off either.
Yeah, he's not a bad guy. He has altruistic goals in his heart.
Very similar to some other villains that have shown up.
Green Goblin's sort of a thing where he says, I don't have the time to wait for human trials. I'm just going to do it on myself.
Yeah.
And it works, except it doesn't. That part was a little icky. Like, he wakes up and he's got this scabby arm that's covered in scales, and he rips it off, and it's all gooey and weird and not fully grown. It was icky.
Yeah.
But yeah, then he starts, turning into a big lizard man, and he keeps increasing the dosage and going a little bit crazy, and decides everybody should be a lizard person.
Right. And like,
my gift to you.
Yeah, and where does he get that idea? I mean, again, it's a lot of stuff that isn't paid off by the end of the movie.
They set it all up. So like the first time Peter is at Oscorp, they have the machine that his dad invented, and it's like a way to get mass amounts of an antigen out to people at once, but they literally say, oh, but what if somebody did something bad with it? Or what if somebody didn't want to participate? And so it just sits here collecting dust. And guess what they use at the end of the movie?
Yeah.
So it's all just sort of, the dominoes. They set it up. It's not like they didn't think it out. They did set it up for this whole thing to play out. And Peter's dad was his partner, and he had the key to this working. And they don't go into it. So this was the piece that you had to actually stop the movie and ask me for clarification. Like, Peter's mom and dad are at home, they're playing hide and seek, and he goes into their office, and there's been like a break-in.
Yeah, the office has been ransacked.
So clearly Peter's father's in danger. So he like hides the secret file, and they wipe off his work, stuffs everything away that should be hidden.
Yeah.
And they drop him off at his aunt and uncle's house, and they're never seen again. They don't explicitly say that they die.
Nope.
But they've not been in touch. And this was like dangerous. And there's this guy who's looks like a man in black, who he's a nondescript bad guy. He's like a goon for Norman Osborn.
Yeah, he's like a company man who is like representing Norman Osborn.
Yeah.
Which we haven't really talked about. So Norman Osborn is the Willem Dafoe character in the first 3 movies. And I guess this guy works for Norman Osborn in that he's like his body man, and he's trying to... Because I guess Norman Osborn is dying. We don't say of what.
And we don't see who it is.
And we
never see his face.
No, we don't see Norman Osborn because they show him once, but his face is in shadow.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like we'll cast him for a later movie.
We'll cast him later. Don't worry, guys. We're going to do a sequel. Wink, wink.
But yeah, this nondescript man in black is basically pushing Dr. Connors to be successful at this work because it's the miracle cure that will save Norman Osborn.
Right.
And he finds out that he gives it to the mouse, his little test subject, and it works. So that's the guy that's pushing for human trials.
And all it does is regenerate an arm.
Right.
That's it. And like, I don't know what the disease is or whatever the hell Norman Osborn has, but if it's not growing back an arm, it's not going to do anything.
Well, it's extrapolating. So if he's successful in doing that, then he will be successful in doing other things to heal the human body.
Sure, which is why Connor says, no, I'm not going to start human trials. Are you crazy? We need to extrapolate this into other means.
But this is where it gets a little bit vague, because that guy says, oh, you're starting to sound a lot like Richard Parker, and look what happened to him.
Right.
And that's it.
Right.
That's all he says. He doesn't say anything specific. He just alludes to the fact that something bad was going to or did happen to his father.
Right.
There's no conclusion to that.
Right. And by the end of the movie, when we get the credits scene, the Lizard Man is in prison. Connor's in prison. And is there someone else in that cell with him? Or is it just his subconscious talking to himself?
No, there's a person there.
There is a person
that is
there.
A human being.
Okay.
And I kind of recognize the voice, I think, but I'd have to look into it. My guess is they make an appearance in the second one, whoever it is.
Sure.
Yeah, another faceless man in the shadows.
Sure.
And he says, oh, well, did you tell him about the truth about his father?
Right.
No, leave him alone. You know, the end of movie.
Yeah.
End of credits.
Yeah.
Roll credits.
I just don't... I feel like the writing in this movie could have been so much better.
It's not bad. It's just not good.
It
It's just consistent.
again, it goes along with my lack of emotion while watching it.
Yeah.
I think if they really tried to bring me into this world, they didn't have any kind of character with Peter as far as how he grew up. All it showed was that he was playing hide and seek with his father. He got dropped off at his aunt and uncle's, and then he's a teenager. Let's continue on with the movie.
And then he's a 29-year-old teenager. I will continue to bring this up.
Yeah.
Now, I'll give you this. I think he looks younger. I believe him more as a teen than Tobey Maguire.
We'll see what he looks like in the next one. But
When he's
I
31?
I think Tobey fit better than this guy did.
Personality-wise, yes.
In the
Yes.
first one. The rest of the movies, absolutely not.
But by then he's a college kid, and it's a little more...
A 45-year-old college kid.
This is the thing. I wish they would stop making Spider-Man a high schooler if you want to cast a 29. Make him 29!
Yeah.
Like, they did it in Into the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
They have all these different versions of
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
he's already been Spider-Man.
And he's been Spider-Man since he was in high school.
Yeah.
What is wrong with that Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Frankly, like I've said early on, like, there's a certain lack of danger when they're an adult.
Yeah.
The danger feels much more real when they're actually a teenager. So when Tom Holland in, spoiler alert if you haven't watched it, there's a scene in the first Spider-Man movie that he's in where he's under a steel beam and he is very, very helpless.
Yeah.
And he is very emotional and it breaks your heart. It's very believable. I don't believe these guys are high schoolers, so the danger isn't that real.
Yeah.
You're a grown man making grown man decisions.
And
I don't know.
You also didn't get Peter Parker going through his experimental period of, let's see what I can do, or I'm going to try this out, I'm going to fail.
It was an hour, 20 minutes or so before he ever uttered the word Spider-Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was way into the movie before we ever got to, oh, you have superpowers.
Oh, I'm Spider-Man now.
Yeah.
And they also brush off, so it's not the biological web thing. It is something that he made, and it's something that he stole from Oscorp.
He didn't steal it, he ordered it.
Fine. But
again, that's very sloppy. If you know that this equipment can be traced back to Oscorp, all you have to do is find out
it's
who's
a
been
publicly traded company. They know what these things
who has
are.
been buying this stuff. They have a record of your home address and account number.
Oh my god.
But yes, it's not biological, but he does have the ability to have sticky fingers. Sticky fingers and toes.
Right, and that's about it.
That's it.
That's about it. I mean,
and he's very strong.
Again, they don't really get into him learning to be Spider-Man.
They gloss over it.
It's just like minute 1, he realizes all he can do. By minute 5, he's got the suit on and he's just flying everywhere.
Latex.
Spandex.
Spandex.
Yeah.
And he gets the idea from a Mexican luchador.
Which, hey, that's funny. I like that.
Again, wrestling.
Yeah.
It's a wrestling joke.
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man.
I honestly do not know how to describe what I feel about this movie. It is just kind of meh.
You're just ambivalent. You don't care.
Blah.
I feel the same way. Like, genuinely, like I said, the first part, I didn't care. I wasn't invested. The second part, I wasn't invested. I did not care about these people. Mm-hmm. But at the third act, I thought that the music was really effective. The action was really interesting. Mm-hmm. The characters went somewhere and did something. And there was a resolution. So the movie finished strong. It's just the rest of it, it's not as good altogether.
Yeah. And again, we mentioned in the intro, did we really need to have another origin story?
That's what it feels like, is they were trying so hard to have another Spider-Man.
They wanted to completely reboot it.
Yeah.
You didn't need to. You could have done what the Tom Holland movie did in the first one, of him being Spider-Man all the way.
Well, and the first time we meet him isn't even in a Spider-Man movie.
I know that.
He's just there.
In the first
Spider-Man exists.
full movie of Tom Holland, they brush it off. Like, his friend, I can't even remember what his friend's name is, but his friend says, so yeah, you got bit by a spider? Yeah, I don't want to talk about it. That's it. That's all you need to say.
We don't need to go into the details.
No,
we know how this happens.
We know how this works. God.
You're really smart. You have good reflexes. You're very strong.
Yeah.
And your vision good.
Sure.
But you cannot shoot webs from your wrists. Mm-hmm. It is a mechanical thing that you have created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an easy thing. You could have cut 20 minutes out of the first part of the movie and made the movie better.
Yes, and they didn't go silly enough. Like, he's awkward and he wakes up on the subway and he is fighting people and he's like, oh my God, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That should have been way funnier.
It should have been way funnier, and I don't know who to blame for that. Mm-hmm. I don't know if I should blame the writer of the movie or if I should blame Andrew Garfield for not having comedic timing or the director for having it be very, very awkward.
Yeah.
It should have been funny.
And, like, when he he gets home and he's acting all weird and he's just like, I'm so hungry, oh my God.
Right.
You know, growing boy stuff.
Right.
And then wakes up and he's a little bit tripping out.
Right.
You know, and
the funniest moment when he wakes up, he smashes his alarm clock at 7 a.m. and then he has his weird Wolverine thing in the bathroom.
Right.
If you haven't seen that Wolverine movie, it's one of the worst pieces of CG of all time.
Fact. It's like they ran out of money, but they had to finish this scene.
Holy shit. But yeah, go see that movie. It's not that bad. That scene sucks, though.
Or just go watch that scene.
Or just go look up that Wolverine bathroom scene. Just Google it. You'll find it. But he has his little Wolverine thing, and that was kind of funny, where he doesn't know his own strength. He's like breaking off knobs and like the water thing, and
and he has to just sort of sit stunned and not touch anything for a while.
Sure, and a teenager would do something like that.
Yeah, but it's the tone thing where it wasn't as campy as the Tobey Maguire ones, where they made a choice to be goofy. This was trying to toe the line somewhere between a serious, like, Batman origin story like Christopher Nolan did and the Avengers.
I was a little curious that, is this going to be like a darker kind of a thing where his parents die? Like, he's going to have a whole big
We're going to
Batman
have a Batman
thing?
moment. Yeah. I definitely thought that was going to happen. Like, we're going to watch his parents get murdered. Like, no, they just disappear.
And he asks one time, where are my parents? And he doesn't get an answer.
No. And I don't know, like, there's things that are not, like, Dennis Leary. He's fine. Dennis Leary is fine in this.
Dennis Leary should never play a New York cop.
Because he's a Boston.
Because he is a Bostonite through and through. That was embarrassing.
And then you've got Martin Sheen and Sally Field and
Sally Field
Ben and May
being like the most blasé mom / grandma / why was she there?
We've gone a little bit younger.
Yeah.
Than the other movies, but you know, again, doing your math, she's much older than a high schooler.
Right.
So we're still skewing older for
and again,
sweet old people.
And I love Martin Sheen. I love Sally Field. They do not fit in this movie. Martin Sheen more. Mm-hmm. Martin Sheen definitely was more.
I bought him as an Uncle Ben.
I did too. Sally Field, absolutely not. She did not belong here.
Okay, two things I'll say about this. She didn't have much to do.
Nope.
Most of the time she was just worried and upset. Secondly, this Aunt May did know how to make tea.
Yeah.
I saw the tea bag. She's not stupid.
I wonder if this director saw Spider-Man 3.
Make sure you grab the tea bag or everyone's going to think you're a senile old woman.
Yeah. God.
Yeah, and so they didn't contribute anything. We just, again, had to have him there so that he could die.
Right.
Did we? I don't need it.
Also, they like really contrived with great power comes great responsibility. He says it in so many words, but it was like 15 more words that you didn't need.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yep.
He said it, but it wasn't the home run hit.
Yeah. I've changed the words so it doesn't look like I'm copying you.
Right. Right. Trying to avoid the plagiarism charge.
Yeah. Rhys Ifans is the Dr. Connors character. I think he was pretty good.
He was fine for an actor I've never heard of.
So he's another one of those people that once you've seen him in something, you definitely know who he is. But I could see that I'd have to run through the big list, and I'm not sure you've seen him in anything.
I've never seen his face.
The thing most people know him from is Notting Hill. He's the really ridiculous roommate in Notting Hill.
Okay. I think you've mentioned that to me.
I'm sure I have. He's also in The Replacements, that movie with Keanu Reeves and Gene Hackman.
Oh, yeah.
Where they're football players. Yeah. He's like a soccer player who gets recruited to be a kicker.
That's okay. I know the characters, I just don't know the actor at all.
Yeah, his crowning moment in that movie, he has to kick like a 75-yard field goal.
Yeah.
And he's just like, you hold it, I'll kick the bloody piss out of him.
Justin Tucker, eat your heart out.
I think he does it too, but that movie's okay. I think you might actually like The
I think I've seen
Replacements.
like half of it.
I used to have it, but on VHS, and I don't have a VCR anymore, so it's gone now.
No, I watched half of it. I went to visit a friend of mine when I was in college. I went to go visit a friend of mine who was working the dorm room, like, reception area. Mm-hmm. Like, somebody coming in, they need access to a thing, or they need the key to go to the computer room or whatever. Yeah. I went to go visit her, and in their little lobby area, it was on the TV, and I just hung out there and watched half a movie and talked to my friend.
Yeah. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's amazing. I haven't seen it in many years, but I remember enjoying it.
Maybe the next Keanu-thon.
Maybe. We'll see. We talk about, like, it doesn't know the tones and there's not that many moments of levity. There's, like, that scene with the carjacker where he's just like, oh no, my weakness is small knives. Like, he's being very quippy, and Peter Parker, and that was one time he did it.
And again, there's just no context for him having this quippy attitude.
All of a sudden. The rest of the time, he's kind of a bumbling idiot.
Yeah. Even Tobey Maguire had more of a sense of humor about himself and everything else around him. I didn't see Peter laugh at anything or smile at anything.
Right. And we cut the Daily Bugle altogether, except for the fact that there is a paper.
There is a paper.
That they
and
show.
There is a television station.
Oh, was that a TV station?
That was a TV station, yes.
But the point is, it's just sort of there.
Right.
It's supposed to be the campy, ridiculous news rag.
Sure, yeah. And Peter Parker is a photographer. Mm-hmm. He does take pictures. So, like,
what was the point of him taking pictures of the Lizard Man, by the by? Was it just to distract him?
That's a good
question. To make the light go off?
Or maybe to prove that he existed?
There was no context given for that.
No, there really wasn't. I honestly do not know the answer.
Other than he leaves his camera behind and he is found out.
Right. Well, and Peter Parker in other fiction is known to, like, web his belongings to places so that he can go and find them later.
Yeah.
Like his backpack.
Yes.
Like, I appreciate that he had a backpack a couple of times.
Mm-hmm. Because he's a high schooler.
He's a high schooler.
You gotta carry your shit.
With a cell phone.
Oh my, Trent.
He had a cell phone.
He did have a cell
phone. A
Sony
Ericsson phone. It's kind of a smartphone.
Yep. What else? Stan Lee was in this, of course.
That was a good cameo.
So Stan Lee had to show up somewhere.
Yeah.
And he is in the high school when Spider-Man and the Lizard Man are fighting. Mm-hmm. And he is the librarian with headphones on listening to music. And so he can't see the action or hear the action behind him. And he doesn't turn around. And he's just minding his own business and then leaves the library.
That was okay. I enjoyed that.
But again, weird moment that didn't fit the rest of the movie.
And again, yeah, Tom Holland, those movies are great. They're really funny, and Tom Holland is a cheeky little kid. Mm-hmm. And I really appreciate the humor in those.
Yeah.
The first three, I could get by with a few of his quips. That was okay.
Yeah.
This one, I don't buy it. I do not buy Andrew Garfield as a quippy teenager.
I buy him as a New Yorker. For a Brit, he's doing a spot-on American accent. I didn't hear him slip at all.
He actually was imitating a New York accent when he was like going across one of the bridges.
He was like, I'm swinging here.
I'm swinging here. Yeah, that was about it.
Yeah, I'll give him that. Maybe that's the secret. We were pushing that direction.
Mm-hmm.
We had Tobey Maguire, who was too old, but at least he was American.
Yeah.
We have Andrew Garfield, who's too old, but he's a passable American, even though he's British.
Yes.
Now we found the right Brit to play the right American at the right age.
He's got the right kind of cheekiness to him.
And he's a little dude who's also close enough in age to a high schooler still.
Sure.
In the third one.
Right.
That he looks like a high schooler.
And by now he's not in high school.
No.
He can't be.
He's 20-something. But he's small. He's a little guy.
He is small.
He has a very youthful face.
Yes, he does.
So he'll still, by the end of this, be playing a mid-20-year-old Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Playing a high schooler.
Yeah.
But at least he looks the part.
But in context, everybody's going to be in the same like time in their lives.
Yes.
Relative to how old they really are.
Correct.
But
again, we're going to get to the next Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield, and he will be 31 years old. You couldn't keep going at that trajectory. The best you were going to get was 2 out of this guy, unless you did the thing I suggested, where you just make him a 33-year-old Spider-Man.
From the beginning.
From the beginning.
Yeah. So
if in the next one you skip a decade.
Right. And you can't really do that because you have to know where that relationship is.
Who says?
If Gwen Stacy wasn't there, if MJ wasn't there to have that continuity in their relationship, then yeah, you could just age up like 5 years.
Just gloss over it. That's all I need.
Yeah, you can reference
Here's
some
what
things.
happened.
You can reference some things that have happened, but I don't think you can do that when you have an origin story. Like if we started this movie and he was a 35, let's go backwards. If he was a 25-year-old Spider-Man and he's already been fighting a couple of the villains that you know from previous things, like maybe the Escape or there's a new one in town, and there's a way that you can introduce these villains without them being the villains of the movie. You know what I mean?
No.
Okay. So let's say Mr. Lizardman was already somebody that Spider-Man has fought and put in jail.
Okay.
And let's just, for the sake of the only ones that we've actually seen, Green Goblin has already been taken care of by Spider-Man, or maybe he's dead. You can reference those villains in a brand new movie, even though you as a viewer have not seen them on screen before. You can assume some knowledge going in from your viewers. Mm-hmm. If you're going to see a Spider-Man movie and you don't know anything about Spider-Man, you can do that in a way that isn't alienating those people who don't know who Green Goblin was if you didn't see the 2002 movie. And at the same time, you can have your own story with this 25, 30-year-old Spider-Man fighting new villains, and maybe they team up later.
I suppose.
I don't know.
I just, there's a way you could do it.
Yeah.
I don't need the origin story. I'm so glad they didn't do it again with Tom Holland. I would have probably beat my head against the wall.
Yeah.
Because we've done it twice, and it wastes so much time. Like, at least in the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, it's maybe like 15 minutes from the time he gets bitten to the time he's like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then we roll with it.
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield, it's like a full 45 minutes. And then it takes another like half hour before we get to any of the good stuff.
Before he actually is Spider-Man.
So, yeah. Again, I don't think this was a bad movie. I just don't think this is a necessary movie.
Oh, definitely not.
So
I didn't need to have this whatsoever.
No, I will be very interested to know what happens with the second one. If it is just going to make me feel as ambivalent, or if I will feel invested now that I've actually got this one out of my system. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there are problems with this. I think it's not bad. It's really not a bad movie.
No.
If I was just handed this movie by itself and I had no context for any other Spider-Man, I think I'd still probably feel kind of wishy-washy about it. Because at least some of the other stuff that we've seen was interesting. This isn't even interesting at times.
No. Yeah, I'm totally with you. I think the suit was cool. It was shiny.
Shiny suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have any other thoughts. I think I've kind of said my piece about this one. Is there anything else we haven't discussed about this one?
I think that's about it. Again, it's not something I hated. I like the fact that you can just shuffle things around and plug people in different areas, even though, like, if you weren't a Spider-Man fan coming into this, I think you might have had an okay time.
Maybe. If you hadn't seen the Tobey Maguire ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
An okay time. I don't think you'd have a great time.
No. Because I just don't think... I mean, if you're just going for some action and you're going to see some swinging around with some CG, fine. It's a fine summer movie. It's not some fucking blockbuster.
No.
But... yeah, that's going to be it for us on this one, Betsy. I want to know what the next one is because I know there's more villains in it, and I'm curious where they thought the plot was going to go. Yeah, but yeah.
Or is it going to be a big old mess like Spider-Man 3, where it's just like,
Sure.
let's put all the villains in it, whee!
Or like they signed a 2-movie deal and they knew they weren't going to get a third one.
Yeah.
And they just threw everything at the wall. We'll see, I guess. But all right, Betsy, let's read an email, shall we?
Let's do it.
This one is going to be from Stephanie.
Of course.
About Spider-Man 2. With the subtitle, Arachnid Dysfunction. God, I hate you, Betsy.
You freaking love me. Okay, we didn't talk about it, but in this one you referred to him as Peter Parkour.
Peter Parkour!
You stupid ass.
All right. From Stephanie, his Spidey problems are pretty vague, and the fact that MJ and Peter can't just be together is so dumb. This movie is so very 2004. Back in the day, this was my favorite Tobey Spidey film, but now it just seems kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb. Yeah, the hospital scene is totally super out of place and weird. I don't mind the CG in this movie. I also don't remember thinking twice about Tobey Maguire's age, but now I for sure noticed it. Yep.
Again, same thing with me. I didn't really care at the time, but now that I am older than he was when he made these, it bothers me immensely.
Oh, yeah. Continuing on, I definitely had this soundtrack and listened to it all the time. That Nickelback song is not on the soundtrack.
What the hell is with this fucking song? If it's not in the movie and it's not in the soundtrack, why do I associate one with the other?
Let me finish this and we'll talk about it. So weird that they used it in the trailer. I will always love Dashboard Confessional and plan on embarrassing my daughter by scream singing them while I drive her around when she gets older. But yeah, I feel like they commissioned a song or maybe just the song and the music video as a companion piece to the movie.
Just a tie-in.
Because there's scenes from the movie in that music video as a tie-in, but it has nothing else to do with the movie.
It's so weird.
Maybe it's a label thing. Maybe they couldn't let Chad Kroeger be on a Sony label or be associated with a Sony thing because he's tied somewhere else. That's the only thing I can think of.
I mean, that's why he wasn't in the major release of that Santana song.
Sure.
So that guy from the other band
Yeah.
did a song with Santana because on the album, it is Chad Kroeger and his record label wouldn't let him do it. Fun little fact. But again, that's neither here nor there. Why wouldn't it be on... I can understand not being on the soundtrack, but why isn't it in the movie?
Right. Again,
what does it have to do with it?
The only thing I can think of is it's a label thing.
Whatever.
Like, music rights are a bitch.
I never want to hear that song again. I had buried it.
Oh, come on, you love it.
I had buried it deep inside me, and this movie brought it all back.
Hero can
Shut up.
All right, she ends here. I'm very excited to see where the new movie ties in. Yes, agreed. And Stephanie ends, you guys are great, as always, from Superfan Stephanie.
Thanks, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. That's going to be the end of this show, this episode, this here Spidey Sunday.
We got a couple more.
Couple more. We got one more that has already been out, and then we're gonna go see the brand new one. Thankfully, we have been avoiding any of the extra trailers that have been put out.
For the most part.
I was watching football the other day, and there was one on. And it's like, damn it, just stop. I don't need to see it. I don't want to see it. I know there's gonna be some tie-ins. I know it.
We're going to get there.
Just because Alfred Molina had one extra line, he said, I'm just going to tell you this. Alfred Molina said, you're not the real Peter Parker.
Well, thanks for bringing me into your web
Hey,
of deceit.
if I know it, you have to know it going in.
I don't have to know anything.
Anyway.
I want to be a stupid ignoramus.
Well, Betsy, I'm not going to go there. But you can go there by sending us an email at neverseenitpod@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at neverseenit_pod. And if you wish to support us, you can click the link in the podcast description. Send us $1, send us $5 or $10. If you want our Venmo, you can just email us and ask. Whatever you want to do is fine by us. And Betsy, that's the end of the show.
It is.
Another Spidey Sunday in the books.
We did it.
We're going to be back on Wednesday with the start of a new series. I think you can probably tell what it's going to be. I'm not going to say what it's going to be, but you can guess.
It'll be so difficult to figure out.
Uh-huh.
But you're all smart people.
Yep.
And you're listening to this podcast.
Yes. We have one more Spider-Man movie before we go and see the new one. But yes, Betsy, that's going to be the end of this episode. My name is Trent.
I am Betsy.
And this has been Never Seen It. We'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.